Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJ Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is June 8th, 1980. We are at Comiskey Park for an American League matchup between the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago White Sox. Both teams are in last place. The Indians a record of 15-34. The White Sox a record of 18-35. I'm not really expecting either one of these teams to make the postseason, but of course we're in the second schedule block, so we get another look at these two teams tonight. The Indians, well, as I said, I'm not expecting much out of either team, but we'll see what happens tonight. We will get a good baseball game here for Inside Pitch Advanced. Brian B., Jeremy Brooks, Craig Scarborough, Will Swingle, and Ernest Cruz are first to join us here at Comiskey Park. The Indians historically won this game 7-2. They had 7 hits and no errors. The White Sox had 5 hits and 2 errors. And Brian B. had a kidney stone. Ouch. I know that hurt. I know that probably had to hurt. I've never had one, but I know everyone's been telling me they have been painful. So I hope you're okay there, Brian B., but good to have you back. So we'll hopefully have a good baseball game tonight here, a nice American League matchup between the Tribe and the Chi Sox. And I'm pretty sure CLE baseball fan will join us very soon. So let's have a good game tonight. Let's get to it. Starting pitcher for the Chicago White Sox tonight is Britt Burns. Had a good year in 1980. 15 wins, 13 losses, a 2.84 ERA. That just tells me he didn't get much run support. We are at Comiskey Park. This is definitely a pitcher's park in 1980. Only adds 1 to walks. There is a chance of robbing home runs here. But there are no home run cells at all on the ballpark card. So this is definitely a pitcher's park in 1980. As Ben Witz, and there, of course, is CLE baseball fan now joins us here at Comiskey Park. So, a good baseball game we hope tonight. Cleveland at Chicago. Should be fun, and let's get right to it. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Indians will be the right fielder, Miguel Delone, 341 average, 40 RBIs that year in 80. We're going to use blue, white, and white dice. White Sox are the home team. A good crowd here. If a batter rating is even if a batter home run rating is 20 or better, if there's a home run rob chance, you still roll deep. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, actually, according to as far as I know. It's still a chance of robbing a home run. At least Chris hasn't said anything yet. But yeah, I think so there, Ben. Let's play some baseball. Burns, 1-2, error, foul grounder at the park. Comiskey Park, 6-7, and that's going to be smacked into right field. It's going to lead off with a double. That's going to be a double to right field. There won't be an error, obviously, on that, and Delone leads off with a 2-bagger. Good way to start the game for the Indians. Next batter is the center fielder, Rick Manning. I think everyone here will agree that Manning was a solid player. 234 average, 3 homers, 52 RBIs. Delone on at second, and he will stay there. Burns will pitch. Burns, 5-3, error on a booted ball. Manning, 8-3. That's going to be a fly to left field. Getting over there will be Bob Molinaro, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Does Delone take third? He's got speed. 2-6 and 2-6 advances. If he's a 6-7, he's a 7. Delone will take third. It was deep enough, and he'll go to third base. So already a man on third with 1 out now. And that will bring up the first baseman, Mike Hargrove. Hargrove will go ahead. He will go ahead and he'll step into the batter's box. He'll step out of the batter's box. He'll adjust his gloves. Readjust his gloves again. Looks like he's going to tie his shoes. He's going to go talk to a nice lady in the stands. And now he'll step into the batter's box. Human rain delay. 304 average, 11 homers, 85 RBIs. Of course, Hargrove, there is no way Hargrove could play in today's league with that with the pitch clock. Strategy roll, I should roll first, don't you think? Strategy, nothing on the 3. Deloney will stay put. Burns, a 7-7, and that's going to be a range play 13. It is a range play. The infield is back. They're going to concede the run. It's early. Hargrove, 8-3, fly ball center field, though. It's a range play for Chet Lemon. His range is a 4, and he will not get it. That will be a base hit. Britt Burns does not have any doubles on a failed range play into the outfield. That's going to be a single. Deloney will come in. He'll score. And just like that, the Indians take a 1-0 lead. So RBI single by the human rain delay puts the Tribe ahead. Deloney, that's what I said, right? Deloney. Well, whatever. Jeez. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Cliff Johnson. 230 average, 6 homers, 28 RBIs that season. Strategy roll for Hargrove, and he is not going. Burns, 2-3, strikeout 9, and yes, he'll get him. He'll get Johnson. Johnson struck out a lot against left-handed pitching, and that'll be the first strikeout for Burns. He had 133 of them in 80. So 2 outs. And now the third baseman, Toby Hara, 267 average, 11 homers, 72 RBIs. Strategy roll, nothing on the 15, as Jimmy Jam joined us here at Comiskey Park. Burns, 7-5, pickoff, 13. No, it's too high. We go to the park. Comiskey Park, 1-4, fly ball right field. And that'll be taken care of there by some bum who should not be in the Hall of Fame, who should remain nameless, and that is going to retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits, and it's 1-0 already. We'll go to the bottom of the first. B. Shaker joins us here at Comiskey Park. Starting pitcher for the Cleveland Indians tonight is John Denny. 8 wins, 6 losses, a 4.39 ERA in 80. He will get the call tonight. Leading off for the White Sox, second baseman Jim Riders in the Storm Morrison, 283 average, 15 homers, 57 RBIs in 80. Denny will go ahead and deal. Denny, 3-3, wild pitch, it's a blank. Morrison, 5-5, that is a fly ball to left field. And Jolton Joe Charbonneau will go ahead and make the catch for out number 1. Next batter will be the first baseman, Mike Squires. You got to love a baseball name like that. 283 average, 2 homers, 33 RBIs. Denny will go ahead and deal. Denny, 2-5 against the lefty. Walk. That 19 is going to miss. Squires, 4-4. Base hit past first. Squires will get a single. He'll hold at first base there. Maybe the most underrated player in baseball history. Center fielder Chet Lemon. 292 average, 11 homers, 51 RBIs. As the lovely Barbara joins us here at Comiskey Park. Infield a double play. Strategy roll for Squires, and he is staying put. Denny, 6-4, strikeout 15 is going to be too high. Lemon, 6-6, and that's a ground ball to second base. That is a 15. Hit the second. +1 is a 16. Denny +1 is a 17. That's going to be a double play. That's going to be a 4-6-3 double play, and that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the White Sox. After 1, the Indians have a 1-0 lead. As Cutter Historical and David Vega join us here at Comiskey Park. We go to the top of the second. David Vega missed his Cardinals last night, beating my Mets. Shame on you, David Vega, for missing your Cardinals. I don't know how many Cardinals games I'm going to have in this season. They are not off to a good, they are not really doing that well. Top of the second, leading off for the Indians, left fielder Jolton Joe Charbonneau. Everybody knows about Jolton Joe. 289 average, 23 homers, 87 RBIs in 80. Everybody knows about Jolton Joe Charbonneau. Burns, 4-1, range play 13, it's a range play. Charbonneau, 7-8, against the lefty, it's a base hit past short, but it's a range play for Greg Pryor. His range is a 4. That's a 7, it'll get past him. Charbonneau will have a hit. That will be a single for Charbonneau. And now we'll see the catcher, Bo Diaz, 227 average, 3 homers, 32 RBIs in 80. Infield is a double play. Strategy roll for Charbonneau. He will stay where he is. Burns, 6-5, walk. Ball 4. Is that ball 4? Yes, it is. And Burns hates the call. Diaz is a 2 against lefties, but +1 makes him a 3. And that's a 3. He walked Diaz, and Burns not happy. Burns said that ball was right down the pike, and the umpire said, well, a little bit outside, bro. And that will be the first walk given up by Burns. He had 61 of them that year. Here's the second baseman, Dave Rosello, 248 average, 2 homers, and 12 RBIs in 80. Runners at first and second here. And strategy roll, and nothing on the 6th. Burns will pitch. Burns, 8-1 against the righty. It's an automatic out. That's going to be a 13, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. That's a ground ball to third. So let's see if they get a double play. Let's see if they get a double play. Now, I know on a grounder to third, I actually have, and with runners at first and second, I roll a D20, so I don't roll a D20 like anything else. So let's see, a ground ball to third, and that is a 9. So hit to third is a 0. Burns +1 makes it a 10. So that'll be a 10. And it says here, modified roll even. Play is going to second using runner at first for forced BR check. Well, that's not going to be a double play. So that to 9 + 1 is a 10, which means the play is going to second. So Charbonneau is going to make third. Diaz is out. Rosello takes first, and that is out number 1 on the fielder's choice. So Charbonneau does go to third. Diaz out. Fielder's choice for Rosello. So now runners at the corners, and it will bring up the shortstop, Jerry Dubzinski, 230 average, a homer, 23 RBIs. He does ground into double plays. They're going to play corners in. So hit the second or short, double play chance. Hit the first or third, the play will be infield in. So let's see what we have here. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Burns, a 4-8 range play at the park. Comiskey Park. 2-4, and against a lefty, that's going to be a ground ball to short. Now the shortstop and the second baseman are in double play depth. So this is going to be a double play chance. So hit to short, that is an 18, and that's going to be a double play because Dubzinski is a 10. So that's good. I really don't have to check it, but we'll do it anyway. So 18 + 1 is 19. Burns +1 is a 20, and because they were back, it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play, and the inning will end. No runs and a hit for the Indians. They get it as the White Sox get out of it, and we'll go to the bottom of the second as Dubzinski does hit into the 6-4-3 double play. Gesundheit. Thank you, Ernest. Leading off for the White Sox, their designated hitter, Lamar Johnson, 277 average, 13 homers, 81 RBIs in 80. John Haverly joins us here at Comiskey Park. Denny, 5-7, strikeout, and that's going to miss. Johnson, 4-2, ground out to second base, easy play for Rosello, and he'll throw it over for the out. Here's the left field. Bob Molinaro, 291 average, 5 homers, 36 RBIs that year. Denny, 1-5, wild pitch, it's a blank. Molinaro, 2-6, ground out to second base this time. Rosello again is going to make the play. Over to first, 2 down. Here's the third baseman, Junior Moore, 256 average, a homer, 10 RBIs in 80. Denny will deal. 1-1 against the righty, strikeout 3, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that'll retire the side. First strikeout for Denny. He had only 59 of them in 80, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. 1-0 Indians after 2. You have Lamar Johnson baseball card. And what season, by the way, David? We go to the top of the third. Miguel Deloney leads off. He is got a double his first time up and scored. Burns will deal. Burns, 8-5. That's a blank. Deloney, 2-7. Ground out to first base. And Squires will take it to the bag himself. Next up is Manning. Manning is 0 for 1. Burns will deal. Burns, 2-7. Walk, 8. Ball 4. He will walk him. He'll walk Manning, and that'll trot him down to first. That is the second walk given up by Burns. And now the batter is Hargrove. Hargrove got a single his first time up. Infield double play. Hargrove steps into the batter's box. Steps out of the batter's box. He sees the lovely Barbara in the stand. So Hargrove goes over to talk to the lovely Barbara and continues to talk to her. Blows the lovely Barbara a kiss and then goes back into the batter's box. Human rain delay. Burns will pitch. Strategy roll first. Nothing on the 16. Burns. 1-5. Strikeout. And he got him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He gets Hargrove. No, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm looking at the walks. It's a blank. Hargrove, 4-1, but he will ground out to second base. And that's probably going to be good to first. Let's see. That is a 2. Grounder to second. +1 is a 3. Burns +1 is a 4. Manning has the 4 rated. He's going to get to second. The throw's going to go to first for the out. 2 down. Manning has the speed. And Hargrove, the only play they had was to first. Grounder to second. 2 down. I think Barbara's Hargrove's favorite fan. It's got to be. You know him, the human rain delay. Manning on at second. The next batter is Johnson. Johnson's 0 for 1. 1-0 Tribe. Strategy. That is a 1. Manning is not going anywhere. Burns. 5-3. Error on a booted ball. Johnson. 3-1. And against the lefty, it's a walk. Johnson's going to walk instead. Straight up walk. And that's going to be the third walk given up by Burns. Cliff Johnson, a very good eye against left-handed pitching. The batter now will be Hara. Hara's 0 for 1. Of the 1980 tops. Yeah, the 80 tops had a very nice design. Pretty much, I think all the tops cards had, some tops cards had a little bit worse design than others, although I think they're all good. My favorite is the 1976. The reason why? That was the first set of Topps cards I ever got. I love the 76 set. Runners at first and second. Strategy roll. And that is a 2. Manning stays put. Burns. 6-3. Walk. 11. And that is going to be a walk to Hara. And Burns right now cannot find the plate. So now bases loaded as Hara gives up his 4th walk. And now the batter is Jolton Joe. Charbonneau got a single his first time up. 2 outs here, top of the third. Indians threatening here with bases loaded. Strategy, nothing on the 9. Burns will deal. Burns, 3-3. Error on a grounder. Charbonneau, 8-8. And that is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Pryor. His error rating is a 6. That is a 6. He's going to bobble it, and everyone's going to be safe. That is going to be an E6. Pryor didn't make many errors, but he will make one there, and that'll score a run. Stadium barfs. Yeah. First error on the White Sox. They had 2 of them in this game, historically. And the runners will only advance 1 base. And it's now 2-0 in favor of the Indians. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Comiskey Park. Actually, I'm sorry, it's an error on a grounder, right? Or was it an error on a booted ball? That was an error on was that an error on a booted ball or an error on a grounder there, Ben? Double check me. Is that an error on a booted ball or an error on a grounder? Because if it's an error on a grounder, I have to roll for that. What was it? Was that an error on a grounder or an error on a booted ball? The one thing about the new rules, he has 2 ways of errors on a ground. He wasn't watching. All right. If it was an error on a grounder, I'm supposed to roll a die to see if the base runner is taking extra base. I'm going to go ahead and just say it wasn't. I'm just going to hold it as a 1 base error. And it's 2-0 Indians. Next batter will be Diaz. I'm pretty sure Chris will yell at me for it. So runners at the base is still loaded. Diaz, the batter, he walked his first time up. Now 2-0 Indians. Strategy roll, and that is a 19. Nothing happening there. Burns will deal. Burns, 1-8. Pickoff, 20. No, we go to the park. Comiskey Park, 4-4. It's a ground ball to third. That'll get picked up there by Moore. Moore will get it, and he will throw to second to get Charbonneau. And that will retire the side. 1 run on, believe it or not, no hits. 1 run on no hits, 3 walks, 1 error. We go to the bottom of the third. Nothing favor of the Tribe. Leading off for the White Sox is some guy that's in the Hall of Fame that should not be, right fielder Harold Baines. 255 average, 13 homers, 49 RBIs that year. Denny will pitch. Denny, 5-2, error on a booted ball. Baines, 1-8. That's powered into right field. That's a 15, and against the righty, it's going to fall. It's going to stay up there high enough for right fielder Deloney to make the catch. That's going to be out number 1. Harold Baines, Hall of Famer. Blah. Yeah, okay. That'll bring up the catcher, Bruce Kim, 243 average, 19 RBIs that year. Denny will deal. Denny, 3-1, strikeout, no. Kim, 1-8, and that is going to be a grounder to third. Easily played there by Moore. No, easily played there by Hara. And Hara will get it and toss it over for out number 2. And here's the shortstop, Greg Pryor, 240 average, a homer, 29 RBIs in 80. Denny will deal. Denny, 2-2, walk, 20 is high. Pryor, 8-1. That's a double into left field. Pryor smacks that one, goes over the head of everyone. And Pryor will get himself a 2-bagger to keep the inning going. Here's Jim Light My Fire Morrison. He's 0 for 1. Pryor on at second, and he will stay there. Denny will deal. Denny, 1-8, walk, 7, and that's ball 4. He walked him. Morrison is a 6 against the righty, but +1 makes him a 7. He walks him. That is the first walk given up by Denny. He only had 45 of them in 80. And we'll bring up Squires. Squires got a single his first time up. And nothing happening on the 3. Pryor stays put. Denny will deal. Denny, 3-4. That's a base hit. That's going to be a single past second base. Prior, a base running rating of 3. Is that going to be good enough to get him home? And with 2 outs, yes, it will. Prior will come around. He will score. Morrison, a base running rating of 4. He will have to hold at second. Squires gets an RBI single. It's now 2-1. So Denny not able to get the final out of the inning and now allows a RBI. And here's Lemon. Lemon is 0 for 1. 2 outs, now a 2-1 game. Strategy roll. Nothing happening with Denny. Denny, 6-2. Error, foul, grounder at the park. Comiskey Park, 5-5. And that's going to be a fly ball. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. That's going to stay in there. Going after that will be Charbonneau. And Charbonneau will make the catch. And that will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. Now 2-1 after 3. Stadium cheers? Not yet. Not yet. Top of the 4th. And it will be Dave Rosello leading off for the Indians. He's 0 for 1. Burns can pitch to 29. There's 29 batters, and Denny can pitch to 30. So Burns will go ahead and deal. Burns, 6-4. Walk, 2. Ball 4. He walked him. Another walk by Burns. He's having it rough. That is his 5th walk of the game. And now Dubzinski, he's 0 for 2. He's 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Rosello, strategy roll. He ain't doing anything. He won't. Although Dubzinski, however, gets the hit and run. But since he has an N here, that's not happening. Burns, 4-3, strikeout. And nope, that just missed. Dubzinski, 1-2, fly ball to right. Easy play for Baines. And Baines will grab it for out number 1. Here's Deloney. And he is 1 for 2 with a double. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 19. Deloney does get the sacrifice bunt, but he's a 341 batting average. I don't see him bunting. Burns. 5-1. Walk. 15 will be missed. Deloney. 2-3. And that's a ground ball. That's a ground ball to short. That's a 9. Grounder to short +1 is a 10. Burns +1 is an 11. That's not going to be enough for a double play, but that will be a fielder's choice. Deloney will take over first, and that's out number 2. So fielder's choice there. And now here's Manning. Manning is 0 for 1 with a walk. 2 outs, top of the 4th, 2-1 try. Strategy roll. That is a 5. Deloney, he gets the jump. And let's see. He had 61 stolen bases. Yeah, he would go. 16-0, and Bruce Kim is a 0. Deloney is on his way. A 1-16, he is safe. And he is. Deloney will steal second base, as I feel he would. First stolen base for the Indians. And now we'll re-roll the strat. And Deloney, he'll stay a second. So now Deloney on second base. Manning, and a hit will probably bring him in. Burns, a 3-4 error on a booted ball. Manning, 6-2. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. And that ball is hit to Morrison. His error rating is a 10. That's a 5, and he's going to boot it. That's a booted ball, and everyone is safe. Another error on the White Sox. All runners advance only 1 base. That will be an E4. Second error on Chicago. They did have 2 errors in the game historically. And now it'll bring up Hargrove. Hargrove 1 for 2 with a single. Steps out of the batter's box, sees the lovely Barbara in the stands again, goes to talk to her again. I'm not sure, but I think Mike Hargrove is asking the lovely Barbara to marry him. I wonder what the lovely Barbara will have to say. Anyway, he goes back into the batter's box and gets ready to swing. Human rain delay. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 19. Burns will deal. Burns, 8-5. That's a blank. Hargrove, 5-7. And it's a grounder to second base. Morrison will get this one. He'll throw to first to get Hargrove. And that will do it. No runs on no hits. 1 error, a walk, and a stolen base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Yes, I think the well, did they? Yeah, they still had the big pinwheels at Comiskey Park and at old Comiskey then, didn't they? Lamar Johnson leads off for the Chi Sox. He's 0 for 1. Denny will deal. Denny, 6-8. Error on a booted ball. Johnson, 2-1. And against the righty, it's a base hit. That'll be a single past third. Leadoff man on for the Pale Hose. Here's Molinaro. He's 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Johnson had 2 stolen bases. I doubt he'll do anything, and he won't. Denny will deal. Denny, 8-7. Strikeout, and got him. He gets Molinaro. That is the 2nd strikeout for Denny. And Moore is next. Moore is 0 for 1. Johnson's still on at second, and he will stay at second. I'm sorry, at first. Denny, a 7-4 range play at the park. Comiskey Park, 5-1. Adds a double to center field, but it's a range play for Chet Lemon. His range is a 4, and that's a 6. He won't get it. It will be a double. Double to center field. Will it score Johnson? 4-6. And he will hold. He will hold at third. He only advances if there's 2 out, and there's not. So Johnson holds at third base. That's a double for Moore. As Manning couldn't make the... Actually, I'm sorry. Manning was in the field, but his range was a 5 anyway. He still wouldn't have made it. Here I am checking for Lemon, and Manning is in center field, but he still doesn't make the play. Keep on forgetting. There's got to be some way I can keep track of things. Anyway, runners at second and third. They're going to call the infield in, and the batter is Baines. Baines is 0 for 1, who thinks he really belongs in the Hall of Fame, but we all know here that Baines is not a Hall of Famer. Strategy roll, nothing on the 14. Denny will pitch. Denny, 3-2. Range play 13. It's a 20. It's not a range play. Baines, 7-2. Fly ball right field. And that's going to be caught by Deloney for out number 2. Baines sacrifice fly of 13. That is a 1. He'll bring in Johnson. The game is tied. Does Moore try to take third? A 1-3. I don't think so. 1-3. Advances 3-7. No, he stays. Actually, there's 2 outs. He would go to third. Moore will take third on the play. We're tied at 2. Stadium cheers. Yay! Sacrifice fly for Baines. He will bring in the run. Moore does go to third. Barbara says no. Oh my! How could you do that to him? How could you do that to Mike Hargrove? Oh. You broke his heart. He's rich, though. At least I think he was at that time. Here's Kim. Kim is 0 for 1. I know. Yep. The Price is Right loser horn. Gets tobacco chewer anyway. Strategy roll. Nothing happening there. Denny will pitch. Denny, 6-4, strikeout, 17 is high. Kim, 4-1, ground out to short, handily played by Duzinski, and he'll throw it over to first, and that will end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, and a sacrifice fly, tied at 2 after 4. We go to the 5th. Leading off for Cleveland is Cliff Johnson, and he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Burns will go ahead and deal. Burns, 5-6 against a righty. No, 5-6. No, 5-6 against a righty is an automatic out. That's going to be a ground out to third. Picked up there by Moore for the out. Here's Hara. Hara 0 for 1 with a walk. Kissing an ashtray. Yuck. Burns will deal. Burns, 2-2. Range play 13. That's a range play. Hara, a 6-5. That's a ground ball to first. And that ball is at the Squires. He was pretty good. His range is a 6. And a 2 will get it. Squires gets it. Burns will come on over and make the play. And that's out number 2. And now Jolton Joe. Charbonneau 1 for 2. Singled and reached on an error. Burns will deal. Burns, 2-1. That's at the park. Comiskey Park, 3-1. Ground out to short. Picked up there by Pryor. And Pryor will throw it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Tribe. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Speaking of Greg Pryor, he'll lead off. He got a double his first time up. Denny will pitch. Yeah, I never smoked either, guys. 2-1. It's a blank. Pryor, 6-8. Line drive right to third. That'll be caught by Hara. And that's out number 1. I had never smoked a cigarette in my life, guys. Never. Never, never, never. And never even tried an illegal drug. Here's Morrison. Morrison 0 for 1 with a walk. Although some people think I should start. Denny will go ahead and deal. Denny, 3-7. And strikeout 7, he got him. They'll go ahead and get Morrison. That is the 3rd strikeout for Denny. And he'll bring up Squires. Squires 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Denny will deal. Denny, 4-3. That's at the park. Comiskey Park, 4-4. Ground out to third base. Handled easily by Hara. And Hara will toss it over. And that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Chi Sox. Tied at 2 after 5. We got a good game here tonight. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't shoot. And I don't snort. But again, as I said, some people think I should start. Might calm me down a little bit. Who knows? Top of the 6th. Bo Diaz leads off for the Tribe. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Burns will deal. Burns, 4-6. Range play 12. It's a 20. No. Diaz, 4-1. It's a ground out to second. And that will be Morrison getting to that. And over to first it goes. Here's Rosello. Rosello is 0 for 1 with a walk. Yep, goody two, goody two shoes. Great song. Adamant was awesome. Burns, 6-5. Walk, 13 against the lefty. That's going to be ball 4. Rosello's a 12, but +1 makes him a 13, and he walked him. Burns gives up another walk, his 6th. He's having a rough night at the plate. And now Dubzinski, and he's 0 for 2. Infield set for double play. Rosello on at first. Here's a little trivia question for you. Who was the woman that was in Goody in the video Goody Goody Two Shoes? Who was the woman in that video? I know. I'll give you a hint. She's from James Bond. She's a woman from one of the James Bond films. Rosello, and he's going to stay put. Burns, 1-7. Wild pitch. No, the 18 is high. Comiskey, 8-3. And that's a line drive to short. That's a 5. Is that going to be a double play? Line drive to short. Runner on at first. And that is a 5. And no. At least I don't think so. No, he has to be a 1-3. He would have been doubled off. So a line drive to short, and that is caught by Pryor. Rosello will get back. And that is 2 outs. And now Deloney. You don't think you've ever seen the video before? Really? One of the oldest videos from the original MTV, when MTV really was, well, MTV. Deloney is 1-for-3 with a double. Rosello strategy roll. And that is a 12. He ain't going anywhere. Burns will deal. Burns, 5-7. It's a blank. Deloney, 6-5. Base hit center field. Will Rosello get to third? Single to center, 3-1. And the answer is yes, he will. He will get to third. Deloney's run rating is a 7. And that is a 3, and Deloney's going to take second on the throw. The blue D, that's going to be a double for Deloney, his second of the game. And that does move Rosello to third base. And now the batter is Manning. Indians trying to take the lead here on the top of the 6th. Manning is 0-for-2, reached on an error and walked. Yes, video killed the radio star. Buggles, great song and legendary group, by the way. Rosello on at third, Deloney on at second, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Manning trying to get there. Nothing happening on the 13th. Burns will pitch. He will be tired after Manning. Burns, 8-7, strikeout, no. Manning, 6-6, and it's a grounder right back to Burns. Burns will go ahead and take care of that and toss it over to first. And he gets out of it. No runs, a hit, and a walk. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The lady in the video, by the way, her name was Caroline Munro. An absolute fox. If you look her up, you'll see what I'm talking about. She was in a number of movies. But she played Naomi in The Spy Who Loved Me, my favorite James Bond movie, by the way. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and it will be Chet Lemon leading off. He is 0-for-2. Anti-friction, yes. Denny will pitch. Denny, 1-6. Against the righty, it's a blank. Lemon, 6-6. And it's grounded to second base. Easy play for Rosello. And he'll throw it over for 1 out. Next up is Johnson. Johnson 1-for-2 with a single. Denny will deal. Denny, 1-6 against the righty. It's a blank. Johnson, 3-3. Ground ball to third this time. Handled there by Hara. And he tosses it for out number 2. Molinaro is next. He's 0-for-2. Denny deals. 6-8, error on a booted ball. Molinaro, 4-2. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to Rosello. His error rating is a 6. That's a 12. He won't boot it. And he'll go ahead and toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the White Sox. Tied at 2 after 6. Munro, correct. We go to the top of the 7th. Mike Hargrove comes up to leads off. He is 1-for-3. Hargrove goes to the lovely Barbara. Blows her a kiss anyway as she declines his marriage invitation. Hargrove now goes to another lady in the fans and in the fan section, starts talking to her and gives her a nice rose and gives her a peck on the cheek. I think he asked her to marry her too. I don't know. And then Mike Hargrove gets back into the batter's box. Human rain delay. Burns. 8-2. Strikeout 6. Got him. Struck him out. And that is strikeout number... That is strikeout number 2. Yep, strikeout number 2 for Burns. 1 out. Here's Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 2 with a walk. Burns is tired, by the way. I should mention that. He is tired, but he's going to pitch. Oh, no, Burns isn't tired. Look at the wrong guy. Burns is not tired. Denny is tired. Denny's tired now. But Johnson is going to... Oh, wait a minute. Who? Burns, that's right. Burns will pitch. Burns, 7-1, strikeout, got Johnson. And that is the 3rd strikeout for Burns, 2 down. And here's Hara. Hara is 0 for 2 with a walk. Burns will deal. Burns, 4-8, range play at the park. Comiskey Park, 6-4. And that is a foul pop-up to the catcher. Going over there is Bruce Kim. His range is a 5, and he will make the play and retire the side. Just got it near the stands, but it stayed there. Pop up to the catcher, and that'll end it. 1, 2, 3. Go the Indians. We're tied at 2 here. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me up to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got a 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night. It'll be June 11th. I don't know where Chuck Rawlings is, but I know he won't miss tomorrow night. The Minnesota Twins will take on the Detroit Tigers. Darryl Jackson will be going for the Twins, and Dave Rozema will be pitching for the Tigers. We'll be at Tiger Stadium tomorrow night for a big American League matchup. Both the Twins and the Tigers are above 500, so it should be a good matchup at Tiger Stadium. So I know Ben Witz won't miss it either. Twins and the Tigers tomorrow night here on the network. Bottom of the 7th, Indians and White Sox tied at 2. John Denny is tired. Junior Moore leads off for the White Sox. And with a tie game, they may go to the bull. I wonder if they want to get. He can pitch to 30 batters. Do I want to go to the bullpen is the question. They got 2 righties and a lefty. Victor Cruz is the pitcher I'd probably bring in. So, I don't know. Where's CLE Baseball Fan? I didn't see much in Tribe Fan there. I don't know if he want me to change John Denny or maybe probably I don't know. I'm going to let him. You know what? This is what, 1980? Yeah. He's going to pitch. He's going to try to pitch a 7th. But the bullpen is ready to go. Denny will stay out there. He'll pitch. Junior Moore is the batter. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Denny, 3-7. And that will turn out to be a mistake. That will be a mistake because a 3-7, Denny is tired. A 3-7 would normally be a strikeout, but instead, it's a home run. It's a possible home run. Against a righty, Junior Moore has a 7. No adjustment from John Denny. So, looks like that was probably not the right call. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Home run, Junior Moore. Junior Moore, and he only had 1 that year, and he gets it in this game. Stadium cheers. Yay! A 3-7 is a strikeout, but with a home run, and he is tired. And against the righty, a 7, no adjustment from Denny. That is a 1. Oh, that is right. That's a 1. I got to see if they make a play. Wait, that's a 1. I got to see if they make a robbery. Hold on a minute. The ball is hit hard. It's a possible home run. I got to see where it was hit. Hold on. Let's see. Home run rob chance. Hold a minute. That's a 1. So first I got to see what it was hit to. And that is an 8. That's hit to right field. Right fielder for the Indians is Deloney. His range is a 4. But you have adjustment. 4 minus 5 makes it a -1. He is not going to be able to do that. His range is a 4. Minus 5 is -1. So I believe that's not going to be a 0. That's still going to be a bomb. Because Deloney's range is a 4. And minus 5 is a -1. And nope, is not the visiting team. That's 3-2 White Sox. And that's going to be it for Denny. Okay, so that must have been the manager from the other channel with the fluffy cat. That'll be it for Denny. As Denny comes out of the game, Indians are going to have to go to the bullpen here. Harold Baines is next. And it's a lefty and 2 righties. And so I'll probably do what I should have done. Coming on to pitch for the Indians will be Victor Cruz. 6 wins, 7 losses, 12 saves, a 3.45 ERA. And Cruz can pitch to 8 batters. So Baines will bat. And actually, he wasn't tired. Cruz will pitch. Cruz, 5-3. Hit by pitch, +4. Baines is a 3. +4 makes him a 7. The 19 is too high. Baines, 7-2. Fly ball right field. That'll be handled by Deloney. And that will be out number 1. Next batter is Kim. Kim is 0 for 2. Cruz will deal. Cruz. 4-8 against the righty. Strikeout plus. That'll get Kim. Struck him out on the 12. And that is out number 2. And now here's Pryor. Pryor is 1 for 2 with a double. Pitch from Cruz. 3-6. Against the righty, strikeout plus, that 16 will be good enough. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that retires the side. Nice job by Cruz. But the damage is done. 1 run on 1 hit. And the White Sox have a 3-2 lead after 7. We go to the 8th. We're going to see a new pitcher for the White Sox also. Leading off for the Indians is Joe Charbonneau. And Burns is going to be done. And they're going to go to a new pitcher for him. They're going to go with a righty. So coming on to pitch for the White Sox, they're going to go with, and he can get a 6-out save, they're going to go with Ed Farmer. 7 wins, 9 losses, 30 saves, a 3.34 ERA. They're going to bring out Ed Farmer to see if he can get 6 outs. So Burns leaves with a W. And Farmer will pitch, and he can pitch to 9. So Jolton Joe Charbonneau will lead off here at the top of the 8th. 3-2 White Sox. Farmer, 1-8, error on a booted ball. Charbonneau, 7-8, and against the righty, it's a ground ball to short, and that ball is hit to Pryor. His error rating is a 6. He won't make an error this time. That's a 14. Pryor will go ahead and get that and toss it over, 1 out. Here's Diaz. Diaz is 0 for 2 with a walk. Diaz will go ahead and bat. Farmer, 6-3 against the righty. Strikeout, no. Diaz, 4-6, and against the righty, it's a fly to center field. Easy play there for Lemon. And that's out number 2. And here's Rosello. Rosello is 0 for 1, but walked twice. Farmer pitches. Farmer, 1-5. Range play, 12, yes. Rosello, 1-1. It's a base hit to center field, but it's a range play for Chet Lemon. His range is a 4, and he will get it. He'll take a single away from Rosello. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Farmer. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Cruz will stay on the mound. He can pitch to 4 more batters before tiring. Jim, don't you love her madly? Morrison leads off. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. 3-2 White Sox. Good game here at Comiskey Park. Cruz, 2-3, walk, 12, no. Morrison, a 4-5, and that is a ground to third. Handily picked up there by Moore. Well, by not Moore, a third by Hara, and that's out number 1. Next up is Squires. Squires is 2 for 3, 2 singles. Cruz deals. Cruz, 2-5. Range play at the park. Comiskey Park, 6-7. It's a double to right field, but Miguel Deloney going after that. His range is a 4, and he will not get it. It's a double. Squires will have a good night. That's his 3rd hit of the night. A big insurance run at second base. And here's Lemon. Lemon is 0 for 3. Squires on at second. Strategy, nothing on the 18, although Lemon does get a hit and run, but they're not doing that with a runner on second. Cruz will pitch. Cruz, 8-4. Strikeout 6. Got him. Big K. Big strikeout by Cruz. He had 88 of them in 80. Chance now for Johnson. Johnson 1 for 3 with a single. Squires on at second. Strategy coming up. That's a 20. Nothing happening. Cruz will pitch. Cruz 6-1. Strikeout 9. No, that just missed. Johnson 3-4, and it is a fly to center field. Grabbing that will be Manning. He'll make the catch. Retire the side. No runs and a hit for the White Sox. They lead 3-2 after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Top of the 9th, Ed Farmer will stay out there. He is the closer. 3-2 in favor of the Pale Hose. Jerry Dybzinski leading off. He's the shortstop. I'm going to probably go to the bench here. and see if I'm going to bring anybody to pinch hit, and I will. I think I have other shortstops. Do I have another shortstop here or no? Ooh, no. Do I have anybody else? Hara can go to short. I got no other shortstops on the bench, but I do have shortstops I can move into. I could move Hara to short and then maybe bring in Pruitt at third base. Dubzinski coming out of the game. And coming on to pinch hit for the Indians is going to be Ron Hassey. He has 27 pinch hits against righties. 318 average, 8 homers, 65 RBIs. So I'll need a shortstop. So Ron Hassey will pinch hit here. Verizon is not, I believe Verizon is not available. Verizon, no, he is not on the roster for this game. Farmer will pitch to Hassey. Fans here at Comiskey Park would like to see the White Sox get a win. Farmer, 8-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Hassey, 3-7, and that's a high fly ball to right. It'll stay in the park, and Baines will get to it for the first out. Next up is Deloney. He will bat, 341 batting average. Deloney is 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Farmer deals. Farmer, 6-7, walk, 15. That will miss. Deloney, 1-4, and it's a hard line drive right to first. Squires puts up the glove. Pow. Second out. 2 down. And now the last chance for the Indians is Rick Manning. Manning is 0 for 3. Walked and reached on an error. 2 outs. The fans here at Comiskey Park would like a win for the White Sox. They need wins, but both these teams I don't think are going to make the playoffs. Farmer will go ahead. He will pitch. Farmer, 7-6. Error on a grounder. Manning, 3-2. And it is a ground ball. It's a ground ball back to Farmer, but Farmer's error rating is a 0. Farmer will get it. Pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. White Sox come away with the win over the Indians tonight, 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! The big-time home run by Junior Moore as the White Sox will pull off a 3-2 win here at Comiskey Park. The White Sox will go to 19-35. The Indians now drop to 15-35. Final line score coming up. For the White Sox, 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. For the Indians, 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher is Britt Burns. He'll go ahead and get the win. John Denny takes the loss, and Ed Farmer will pick up the save. So a good victory here for the White Sox tonight. We're not done. 10-minute ticker is up next. Kind of like Orge last night, yes. You know what? As I play Inside Pitch Advanced, and I'm playing the 1980 season, does it really feel like we're actually playing a game from 1980? Not just because of the names, but the way the games are playing out. Low-scoring matchups. It seems like we're really playing a game from the 80s. Even more different than regular Inside Pitch. I don't know. This feels like a more 80s feel, from 1980s feel to it. It was a defensive season, as the whole 80s were defensive. The defensive era pretty much went from 1980 to 1993. That was the defensive era. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the White Sox will get the win. Let's see how the rest of the majors goes. June 8th, Baltimore at California. Orioles 1346, 6. Angels 554, and that's 5. Detroit at Milwaukee. Tigers 15-43, and that's 5. Brewers 14-13, and that is 2. Tigers win. Toronto at Minnesota in a doubleheader. Blue Jays 4-53, 5. Twins 14-25, 3. Blue Jays win the first. Blue Jays 6-22, that's 2. Twins 12-25, and that's 3, and they'll split the twin bill. Boston at Oakland. Red Sox 14-42, 5 runs. Oakland 10-14, 1 run. Yankees and the Mariners. Yankees 16-25, 4 runs. Mariners 266, that's 8 runs. Mariners will win it. Kansas City at Texas. Royals 15-34, 4. Rangers 663, 7. Dodgers and the Braves. Dodgers 615, 1. Braves -1, 26. That's 2. They'll actually win that game. Padres and the Reds. Friars 6-12, 0. Reds 10-21, and that's 2. Another game that belongs to the Reds. They're on a winning streak. Giants and the Astros. Giants 244, 3. Astros 164, 6. They'll get that win. Cardinals and the Expos in a doubleheader. Game 1, Cardinals 766, that's 9. Expos 831, 3. Redbirds win the first. Cardinals 21-16 and 3. Expos 15-13, and that's 2. Wow, the Cardinals win both. Pirates and the Mets in a doubleheader. Oh, boy. Pirates 11-45 and 5. Mets 623, that's 2. Pirates 10-35, 4. Mets 5-15, and that is 1. And the Pirates raised the Jolly Roger on both games, and my Mets continue to suck. Cubs and the Phillies. Cubs 661, that's 6. Phillies 15-36, and that's 5, and the Cubs will win. June 9th, Yankees and the Angels. Yankees 17-12, that's 1. Angels 13-56, that's 7. Baltimore at Oakland. Orioles 10-14, that's 1. Athletics 7-56, that's 6. Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay. Boston at Seattle. Red Sox 26-15. That is 4. Mariners 4-32. That's 3. Both Sox win. Cardinals at Atlanta. Redbirds 14-63. That's 8. Braves 10-54. And that's 6. Another win for the Cardinals. Padres and the Reds. Padres 5-54. And that is 5. Reds 9-55, and that is 6. And another game belongs to the Reds. Cubs and the Astros. Cubs 3-24, 2 runs. Astros 12-55, 6 runs. Giants and the Phillies. Giants -4, 23, that's 1. Phillies 13-51, and it's 6. Phillies win. On to June 10th. Yankees and the Angels. Yankees 16-14, 2. Angels 10-25, 3. Win for the Halos. Toronto and the White Sox. Blue Jays 4-66, that's 9. White Sox 2-56, that's 5. Kansas City, Cleveland. Royals, 15-35, 5 runs. Indians, 15-61, 8 runs. Tribe wins. Minnesota at Detroit. We have these two tomorrow night. Twins, 11-33. That's 4. Tigers, 19-55. And that is 8. Another win for the Cats. Rangers and the Brewers. Rangers, 6-25. 2 runs. Brewers, 12-46. 5 runs. Baltimore at Oakland. Orioles, 14-51 and 6. Athletics, 4-24. That's 2. O's will get the win over the A's. Red Sox at the Mariners. Red Sox, 10-66, 10 runs. Mariners, 7-41, and that's 4 runs. Win for the Red Sox. Cardinals and the Braves. Cardinals, 9-22. It's 2. Braves, 12-46. That's 5. Win for the Bravos. Pirates and the Reds. Pirates, 5-66. That's 9. Reds, 11-14. That is 2. And that will win. That will raise the Jolly Roger. Cubs and the Stros. Cubs, 0-15. 1 run. Astros, 11-26. 3 runs. Win for the Stros. Padres and the Expos. Padres, 1-15. 1 run. Expos, 9-41. And that's 4 runs. Dodgers and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Dodgers, 6-11. That will be 0. Mets, 4-44. And that's 4. And we'll at least have a happy recap tonight. Giants and the Phillies. Giants, 7-44. 4 runs. Phillies, 13-66. That's 11 runs. And that'll be a win for the Phils. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be at Tiger Stadium. The Minnesota Twins taking on the Detroit Tigers. Daryl Jackson for the Twins. Dave Rozema for the Tigers. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The White Sox get a win tonight over the Indians. A 3-2 victory at Comiskey Park. See you guys tomorrow night.